Hello, everybody on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. This is Ryan Lanier. My business is Organizing for Good. And one of my major passions for the past 2.5 years has been to reach out to mostly local area, Central Texas nonprofits and see how they're doing, how they got through COVID, what they're doing. They're doing such amazing work out there. And today is no exception. I'm really excited to talk to Kristen Finan, co-founder and executive director of Carrying Hope. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay. It's definitely one of the highlights of my week. And I'm really hoping that somebody listening or watching today is going to be super excited to help you do what you do. So please, the floor is yours. Tell us all about Carrying Hope. How did it come about? Who do you serve? Yada, yada.
Amazing. My favorite topic. So thank you so much for inviting me to do so. Carrying Hope is a 501c3 nonprofit. We founded in Austin in 2016, and we provide hope packs that are filled with comfort items and essentials to children that are entering the foster care system. So basically, my husband and I became foster parents about 8 years ago. And it was something that I had always felt, was kind of going to be in my life. And we had 2 biological daughters and thought, hey, now's the time. And so we take emergency placements. And so when a child is being removed from an emergency situation, they're either coming straight to a foster home or going to a CPS office. And because it is an emergency situation, there's really not going to be time to pack up your favorite jammies or your favorite stuffed animal. And so that was something that was never really a thing that I knew until I had kiddos on my doorstep that were coming with nothing. And I couldn't believe, this 6-month-old baby is showing up in freezing cold weather, and the only item she has is a swimsuit. And that happened to my daughter. And wow. It just was so eye-opening. And my partner and co-founder, Mari Elbel, she's a CASA advocate, and she had been hearing and seeing the same things. And we were just like so sick, of it. And so one night we decided we would just host a neighborhood drive. We had this idea for hope packs. And so the idea is it's 11 or 12 items. We have lists of what goes in them. That would be everything a kid would need for their first 48 hours in a new home. And we were like, you know what, if we could get our neighbors to donate 20 of these and we can give them to CPS, that would be awesome. And we had 130 people come out in a monsoon carrying hope packs. And we thought, we're onto something here. This is tangible. This is something, even if you can't foster, that you can do that makes a huge difference for a kid. And so that's really kind of how we started. And we've just been very fortunate to grow a lot since then and be doing some really exciting things.
I love all the things. It almost feels symbolic, right? A backpack is a definition. It's sometimes kids, that's all they carry for 10 years, right? And that is that's a great choice. A suitcase isn't quite as a thing, right? But a backpack, I love the choice there. And I got goosebumps when you talked about your neighbors coming out in those large numbers. It's just, that always blows me away.
Because it was really eye-opening. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like how you're like, we're just sick of this. This is this is not okay. We want to fix that. So many of the founders I've been talking to, it's that same thing. They saw something that they just felt like was wrong and they wanted to do something about it.
And it's nice to get, yeah. I mean, I think we get to this point in our lives where, leading up to it, you're like, okay, somebody should do something about that. Somebody should do something about that. And then you hit a point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to do something about that. Like, it's time.
Right. Absolutely. And you, like the starfishes on the sand, right? You can't give hope packs to every single starfish, but you can give it to a lot of starfish and you're going to change those starfish's lives. So, all right. So obviously community support, talk about how you mobilize volunteers now.
So yeah, I mean, and that has been a long progression for us too, because like so many of our peers, we had to have a virtual gala in 2020, and that while great, and while it kept us afloat and it did the job, was a big transition for us because our biggest fundraiser of the year is an in-person gala that is lots of fun. I can tell you more about that in a bit. But really, one of the reasons we founded too is that Mari and I are both moms. I've got 6 kids. Mari has 3. And we wanted opportunities to volunteer with our kids and as families. And we found that really hard to do. There were just like a lot of age limits and a lot of restrictions. And so that's one thing about Carrying Hope is kids are always, aside from the gala, kids are always welcome in what we do. In fact, we have a mom-daughter in volunteering right now. And we just think like, gosh, if you are making a hope pack for a 9-year-old girl, who is the best person to make a hope pack for that age? A 9-year-old girl, of course, right? And it's just really, that's one of the most heartwarming things that we found is some people will come up to me and be kind of like, oh, but don't you think they're a little young, to talk about foster care? That's kind of a big issue. That's kind of heavy. And I'm like, well, my kids are old enough to live it, So I think that the earlier you can start explaining it in a way that makes sense to kids, the better, right? So there's not some mystique around it, and there's definitely not stereotypes around it. It's just something that they know about. And really, for me, the reason that I had wanted to foster is when I was 12, there was a foster home in my neighborhood growing up in Austin, in South Austin. And we were really bored, my friend and I, and we would just go over and hang out with the kids, and they became our friends. And that experience as a 12-year-old really changed the whole course of my life because they were living such a different life than I was. And they're the reasons that I became a foster parent now. And so I just think the experiences you have as a child can impact the whole course of your life. And kids are our greatest resource. We have a giant life-size hedgehog mascot that comes out to events, and we just love incorporating kids into what we do. And so that's one opportunity that is huge for us. And you can come into the office and make hope packs as a family, or you can make hope packs at home. And we have all the lists on our website. You can go to Target together and pick an age you want to make for, and just go through the list and pick out everything that you think would be really special for them. And I'll tell you, sometimes you think, okay, maybe, but it's just stuff, right? Does it make a difference? But one of my daughters, after she was actually placed to us with a hope pack. So that was really full circle for me that she came 2 years ago with a hope pack, and she had a blanket in it. And she's adopted now. She was adopted on Valentine's Day, 2020. And she sleeps with that blanket every single night. Right. So like, it might seem like stuff, but for a lot of these guys, we've had kids, it was the first time they've ever had an item with tags on it, and they asked to keep the tags, or they asked to keep a hanger because they've never had anything brand new. They've only had, hand-me-downs their whole life. And so to them, it's not stuff. To them, it's a new start. It's a promise. It's just the idea that somebody cares about them. And it goes a lot further than you think. And I think that, the questions your kids will ask if you take them shopping will be really eye-opening and also very heartwarming for you.
You killed me. I actually can't speak right now. So
I'm sorry.
Yes. Well, talking to you is during adoption, National Adoption Month. So all this awareness is just always good information, whether people think they understand anything about foster and adopt, like you just don't. And I think just really personifying that this is touching lives, that the trajectory of their life could change because of a backpack.
It really
beautiful.
Truly can. And I will say too, and I'm sure that you've talked to many of them, like we have a lot of amazing nonprofit peers here too. And so that's a big part of our outreach is we don't claim to do everything, but we are there on the doorstep. And what we do well, really, really well, is we distribute to CPS and to foster agencies so they have the packs they need before a child's placed. Because sometimes there's this lag of like 2 or 3 days before these kiddos can get supplies while the paperwork's filed or while the caseworker makes the call. And we want them to have it immediately at the doorstep. So because the Rainbow Room, because foster agencies have it, they say, okay, I'm placing an 8-year-old boy. They grab the pack and it's there with them. But we also include magnets in our packs that are like, hey, you got a pack today from us. Do you need a bed? Call Foster Village. Do you need music lessons? Call Kids in a New Groove. So we try to really like shout out our friends and peers in Austin too, because so many of us are doing great work, but it's overwhelming as a foster parent. I definitely know that from firsthand experience that like we thought we'd have time to research and find out what our resources were. And then the day we became available where we were licensed, we got a call at 10 a.m. and they're like, we're on our way with a kid. So you don't have time to research. And that's why it's really important to us to be like, hey, we're doing this well. And here's other resources that are doing things really well.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of my next question. I love hearing these partnerships that you guys make, because we are better together, right? So you mentioned already partnerships for children in the Rainbow Room. I've interviewed Pop-Up Birthday, which is
we love Pop-Up Birthday. They're so amazing.
Again, right? Something that's tangible could change the trajectory of a child's life by just having a birthday party. Just
absolutely
incredible. So any other entities that you partner with?
I mean, yeah, we have worked with Foster Angels. They're really amazing. They do like gift cards.
Angels.
Yeah, they're super incredible. We love all the programming with Partnerships for Children. We just think that they're really wonderful. And our distribution is such, last year we distributed 5,000 Hope Packs across Texas. And we now have a Houston office too. So that growth has been really exciting for us.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
huge.
you. Yep. So we have a North Austin office where folks can come volunteer, and then we have a Houston office. And then we also have in development a transitional housing project on the outskirts of Austin, where kiddos that are aging out of the foster care system will be able to come and live and receive the support systems that they need. So we've got a lot of things happening, but because our distribution is so wide now and we are trying to distribute across Texas, we really rely on CPS and the Rainbow Rooms in the various counties. If you don't know what a Rainbow Room is, it's basically like a foster closet that's dedicated for the various regions and the various counties where CPS caseworkers know they can go for supplies. And what we've heard is having Hope Packs in those Rainbow Rooms and in those foster closets has really helped them, because otherwise they would be just like picking through items. They have, 15 seconds to run in and grab something because the kiddo's waiting. And instead now they just grab a Hope Pack. So we're really grateful and excited to do that.
Settlement home for children. Do you work with them at all? Or?
Yes. And I adore them. In fact, I work with them all the time. I'm getting my master's right now in social work, and I did my internship there, and absolutely fell in love with them and still work there with them. Because I couldn't leave. Like once my internship was up, I was like, I don't want to leave these kids. They're so spectacular. That was another life-changing experience, my internship there, actually. I felt like I know foster care so well. I've been a foster mom for 8 years, but my kids are younger. And so getting to be with teens in the system that are living there, it really kind of gave me a kind of a added sense of purpose of doing this work, because I got to see a new side of it that, and what they're going through, but also the really rich and incredible and fulfilling lives that, and the staff too. My goodness, the staff that work with those guys. They've got hearts of gold. They're amazing.
Oh, absolutely. No question. So our YMSL chapter went and did an ultimate gift project on their grounds.
Oh, wow.
We did a ton of stuff in late September. Outside.
You guys fixed our track out there, I think.
Yes, we fixed the track.
It was amazing.
Trimmed rose bushes, but a bunch of other kids worked on the track, and that just made my heart so happy that we were able to do. And then I forget her name, but she was telling me how excited that their maintenance people were. So excited for that, because they can only get things to a certain level, right? And so, it's so great to hear you say that.
It was like coming, when I came back after it had happened, it was like somebody snapped fingers and beautified everything. I mean, and the kids were so excited. I mean, the picnic tables being painted and just all the beautiful details. And that is, like you said, I mean, on the day-to-day, I think a lot of times maintenance, and staff, it's like treading water to get the most immediate things done. So to come in and do a project like that, like y'all did, was so spectacular and so fun. The kids are just like, what happened?
Yes. Oh yeah. That's so great. Again, we're here talk about full circle, right? Hear that you heard that was impactful. It's amazing.
Yes. And thank y'all for doing that. It truly was.
Well, I was not the project manager. I was very happy that we chose them. Because it's a big deal. So
and the roses looked beautiful.
Oh, good. Because I looked like my cat had got me, but no, I was saving those roses because they were overgrown by other things. Like, no, the roses need to grow. Okay,
Yes.
sorry. Back on to, so let's talk about some of your biggest, you mentioned the gala. So
Yes.
go for it. I want to hear all
Yep.
about
So this is our annual gala. It's going to be on March 23rd,
it.
and we have it at Springdale Station. This will be our second year at Springdale Station, which is a really great venue with it's outdoors. It's
Oh, no,
super
this-
beautiful. It's like in East Austin.
Okay.
It's so much fun. We just love that venue, and we
Okay.
just love our gala. It's just, we try to have as much fun as we can, obviously raise as much as we can. But it's absolutely essential to our year. So, I mean, it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. And when it's not, if it were ever not a success, like we would be in a lot of trouble. So anyone that wants to be involved in that, we're planning now. We've already announced, we've already like published the website, and we've got, a lot of things in the works. So please reach out to us if you're interested in that. We would love to have the involvement. We always have really emotional and incredible speakers and a great band, and all the good stuff you'd expect. We love the event, and we just love seeing everybody too. I mean, that's part of the thing too, is the community, being from Austin, and then I moved away for a while, and then I've been back now about 10 years. And it's been so amazing, building a new community, and seeing so many people that want to turn out and help the kids. And then when you get to go to the gala and see everybody in person that helps you all year round, and has made so much of our work possible, all of our work possible, it's just the most special thing. So, I mean, it's just, there's nothing like it. So I'm already looking forward to it. Of course it's a lot of planning, but it's so much fun. And it's just, if you can come, go ahead. You can buy tickets now. They're already on sale. We would just
already on sale, y'all.
Already on sale. We would love to have y'all there. Just absolutely super special.
Fantastic. And live silent auction and all that.
Oh yeah, silent auction, live auction. We have an amazing auctioneer who's just I don't know how he does it, but he's incredible.
Right. A good auctioneer is critical.
Yes.
Critical. So I know a lot of times those are either a paid position or someone donates their time, but a professional auctioneer can make or break a live auction for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, wow. Okay. So on your website, I assume the main places people can find you, your website, on Facebook and on Instagram, which one is kind of the best place for people to go?
Facebook and Instagram are both great. So on Instagram, we're at Carrying Hope. On Facebook, we're at Carrying Hope Austin. And then the website's great for more details. Another event I should mention is we're having on December 4th, we're sponsoring this gorgeous holiday high tea at the Driscoll for 50 kiddos in care. So you can find a lot of details about that. But that's another one where we were just what can we do in addition to doing gifts, which we always do every year, that would create a memory, and I think that people have these memories of getting dressed up at the holidays and going somewhere fancy and doing something different. And so we were what would be the fanciest, coolest? And we were high tea at the Driscoll.
High tea at the Driscoll.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so right now, we're looking for sponsors for the event. And then every kiddo that goes will get either an American Girl doll, a really large Lego set, or an Amazon gift card. So we just want to make sure they come, they have the best day ever. They leave with a really cool gift that they're excited about, and just create those memories with them. And this is the first time we've done it this way, where it's going to be the high tea, and we're just so excited.
Do you serve boys and girls?
We do. Yep.
Great. High tea might be a new experience for most of them too.
Yes, exactly. And we were looking at the menu. We're okay, how outlandish could we get? Do we include the caviar? Probably not. We'll make sure there's a few basics, we'll ease them in this year, and then next year we'll, go fully all out.
Right. Is there anything I have not covered yet that you would love me to ask you about, or you just want to share?
I think I just want to, make sure everyone knows that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the generosity of Austin, and now Houston also. And we're extraordinarily grateful for that, because we could not do this by ourselves. We were totally grassroots to start and kind of figuring it all out. And the fact we're, have expanded the way we have, and that we're moving into being able to house kiddos that are aging out, is just extremely important to me. And I just think that it's an honor and a privilege to do this. And we welcome, anyone at all who wants to join us. And like I kind of said earlier, like, we don't feel that you have to be a foster parent or adoptive parent. Although if you ever want to ask about those things, come to me. I will talk your ear off and I can tell you agencies and all the things. But there's always ways to help. And there's a lot of skills to share too. I mean, a friend of mine just reached out and was like, hey, I just would love to do yoga with some kids. And so we set her up. She's actually right now, she's doing yoga for some kiddos that are out of school today. And there's always a talent to share. And if you feel like you have a heart for these guys, like, they would love to meet you. So I guess just my overarching point is, we would love to have you at Carrying Hope. But if you're interested in foster care, like, there's tons of ways to reach out, and your talents and your heart for it will not go unnoticed.
Whew. I thought you were going to get me again. I'm okay. It's just, my heart just feels so full. Yeah, I feel like that pretty much checks all the boxes. And I just want to thank you, not just for your time today, but for the expanding ways that you are seeking to serve many, many kids who will, benefit from what you're doing for years across the state. I am so impressed. And to Houston. So you guys, this work is not easy. And like she said, that everyone's coming together is what we all lift each other up. And so don't forget to like and follow all of their socials, and, see what you can do. Because I know that this touches a lot of your hearts in so many ways. So touches my heart very much. So thank you for your time, and hope to meet your co-founder one day. Tell me her name again.
Mari Elbel.
Yes, I look forward to meeting Mari, and good luck with the tea and just all the wonderful stuff you've got in the hopper. I know that the community is going to continue to support you, and that's part of what this is for. So I actually want to share that this is the last interview of this style I'm going to do for a while. I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and I'm seeking to make this a little bit, I'm seeking to figure out the best way to bring these interviews to people going forward in 2023. So thank you for end capping my series of the nonprofit shout out interview. I think this was an awesome high note to end on. Thank you, Kristen. And thanks for everybody for watching and sharing and liking and commenting, and just knowing that it's being together and our support, which does this beautiful work for people who need it. So, all right. Thank you so much. I'm going to say goodbye, and we will see you again in 2023.